You think most people could do their own taxes?
I think so. Yeah, I do.
Why don't we?
Oh, well, there are a lot of different reasons, I think, because, people are different. I think one reason is if someone feels like they just don't have time, they don't want to figure it out, and that's a perfectly legit reason. If you'd rather pay someone to handle something for you, fine. A lot of people just really are not interested in learning about it, and that's okay. It's not for everyone. So if someone feels like, hey, I want to pay a pro, I don't want to learn, I'm just not interested, I want to outsource it, okay. I think some people feel like they just don't know how it works. They don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah, I don't want to make a mistake. It's terrifying.
Don't want to make a mistake. It seems super complicated. The tax software asks 70 billion questions.
Yeah.
They look at the forms. It's like, oh my God, I better pay someone so that I don't get hit with, penalties or a scary IRS letter or something like that. It's very, very understandable.
I think there's like a tax preparation industrial complex where if they made it easy, or if everybody was able to do their own taxes, like in other countries where they just tell you what you have to pay and then you pay it, rather than the backwards way we do it in the US where you have to make a guess and then they tell you if you're right or wrong, it would put a lot of people out of business.
Yes. No, and I mean, you're right. That is true. That is how it works. They have a powerful lobby. There is actually, I think he's an accounting professor at a university in California who once hired his own lobbyist to try to help with a free file program. I think it actually did go into effect in California, like a pilot program maybe. But he pointed out the IRS actually has all the information it needs to determine taxes for most people, right? Because if you have a W-2 job, they have that info from your employer. If you have an investment account, they have information about taxes from that. If you work as an independent contractor, the firms that hired you, if you're making over a certain amount, they file forms with the IRS, right? All this information, it all goes to the IRS. And so the IRS could, in theory, send you a bill if you owe money at the end of the year and say, hey, here's your bill, look it over. If there's something that, you think is wrong or we're missing info, tell us. But if you're okay with it, just, make a payment or, here's your refund, right? They could do that. But there are a lot of people with vested interests in not having it be like that. And, Republicans also have a vested interest in making people hate taxes. It's very onerous, this process, right? And so it also does not serve political interests for a lot of people.
How long, when you teach someone how to do their own taxes, how different is the concept of how long it will take versus how long it actually takes? Like, how long would it take for me to just sit and do my taxes?
Oh, you mean like if we're doing a teaching session or if like after that, the next year or something?
A teaching session and then maybe the next year.
Yeah. So a teaching session, I usually ask people to block about 3 hours, which part of that time at the beginning would just be giving a little bit of an overview of, here's how the tax system works. Like we have a pay-as-you-go system where you have to, pay money all throughout the year, right? And things like that, right? We go over some of those big picture concepts. And then we actually fire up the software. Like recently, we do a screen share and someone will have gotten either, downloaded software or it's a website and they'll screen share and we'll just walk through and, if they have to input numbers, we input numbers. Sometimes you can download it. So the time to walk through that part of it depends on, how much stuff they have going on in terms of their own situation, or if they have questions along the way, right? And so it's, that part can vary quite a bit, but I think 3 hours is about the most that I've spent with someone. And, in terms of the next year, it can be fast. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it can be like, if you just have like, if you're a single person, one W-2, let's say, it could take you half an hour to do
Oh
everything,
man, they don't want you
you
to know
know?
that.
Yeah.